There is a taste that lives deep in the memory of a generation. It's not a grand dish from a banquet. It's not an expensive delicacy from a faraway land. Simple, salty, crunchy. The simple, salty, and crunchy taste of Fuling Zhacai. For decades, this humble pickled mustard tuber was more than just food. It was a constant companion. You could find it on every breakfast table, right next to a bowl of plain congee. You could spot it packed in the bags of travelers on those long train journeys. A bag of zhacai cost 50 cents, affordable even in the most impoverished times. This pickle came from Fuling in Chongqing. The special mustard plant grew there, and a special process turned it into the zhacai we all knew. For millions of migrant workers who left their rural homes to build the cities, Fuling Zhacai was more than just a condiment. It was a lifeline. It was a taste of home in a strange and often lonely place. Life in the construction dormitories was tough. The days were long, the work was hard, and the food was often monotonous and bland. But a small packet of zhacai could change everything. It could transform a bowl of instant noodles or a steamed bun into a satisfying meal. Sharing a packet with a roommate while cramming for an exam was a small ritual, the taste of youthful struggle and camaraderie. The long, slow train journeys of the past were another stage where zhacai played a leading role. Travelers would pack their own food, and Fuling Zhacai was essential. This pickle was woven into the fabric of daily life, a symbol of frugality, practicality, and resilience. It did not matter if you were a construction worker in Shanghai or a student in Beijing. Fuling Zhacai was a common denominator, a shared cultural touchstone. Then something began to change. The familiar, comforting price of Fuling Zhacai started to climb. What once cost a few mao slowly became 1 yuan, then 2, then 3. Over a little more than a decade, the price increased more than a dozen times. To loyal customers, this felt like a betrayal. People started complaining online, calling it the pickle assassin. The company explained rising costs: raw materials, labor, transportation. These reflected the broader economic development of the country. As a listed company, pressures from shareholders to increase profits influenced strategy. The humble pickle was suddenly being positioned as a premium product, but for many, price mattered most. "I can't afford to eat pickles anymore" became a meme and a complaint. Raising the price symbolized a disconnect between a legacy brand and the people who made it a household name. As the price rose, another change was taking place. A new generation of consumers with different tastes. For them, food is not just about filling the stomach. It's about health, experience, novelty, and social status. Health consciousness matters. Zhacai is high in salt. Many young people view it as unhealthy. They prefer fresh salads, light meals, protein shakes. Global, health-focused breakfasts replace the old congee and pickle table. Food delivery apps put cuisines a few taps away. Why settle for instant noodles and zhacai when you can order gourmet ramen or hot pot? Young consumers chase the next trend, the internet-famous dish to share on social media. Zhacai is seen as old-fashioned and boring. Nostalgia doesn't sell to those without the memories. Stories of long train journeys and difficult factory days don't resonate with a generation on high-speed rail and working in modern offices. Caught in the messy middle. Too expensive for a basic condiment, not premium enough to be gourmet. Facing a decline in popularity and a crisis of identity, the company and local government acted. They leaned on history and cultural significance. One notable initiative, the Fuling Zhacai Museum. Not a small exhibit, a bid to recast zhacai as intangible cultural heritage. The museum showcases production history, earthenware jars, and traditional tools. The government listed Fuling Zhacai as national-level intangible cultural heritage, symbolic and powerful. The company repositioned the product: premium packaging, low-sodium lines, even snack crisps and novelty uses like pastry fillings. They blended tradition with modern tech, automating parts of the line while advertising craftsmanship. Some novelty experiments attracted curiosity, but traction has been mixed. Heritage status and museum visits are admirable, but they don't always translate to everyday sales. When core identity is so strong, new versions can feel inauthentic. The fundamental challenge: make something rooted in the past relevant today. If you listen closely in the markets and online, you hear different voices discussing Fuling Zhacai. The older generation speaks with nostalgic loss. It just doesn't taste the same, they say. But often, it is the price, not the flavor, that has changed. Sales volumes are down. Shelves show the evidence. Zhacai, "My parents eat that," is a common response. On social media, it rarely appears except as jokes about its high price or as nostalgic childhood snack posts. It has been relegated to a retro curiosity rather than a daily staple. Retailers report slower volumes. Cheaper alternative brands are capturing price-sensitive buyers. Analysts point to slowing revenue and declining sales as warning signs. A strategy of price hikes may not be sustainable. Fuling Zhacai sits stuck in the messy middle. What does the future hold for Fuling Zhacai? Will it fade into obscurity or find a new way to connect with the next generation? The path forward is uncertain. The brand carries the weight of its history. Maybe it will be reinvented. A top chef using Zhacai in fusion dishes or as a niche gourmet ingredient. Or become a trendy topping for pizza, tacos. Find new life in creative cuisine. It may require rethinking flavor, packaging, and story. Brave choices that risk alienating old customers to win the new. Perhaps its future is as a niche, artisanal ingredient rather than a mass-market staple. The story of Fuling Zhacai mirrors immense economic and cultural shifts. Its rise was shared struggle, its decline, newfound prosperity, and generational divides. Whether this humble pickle adapts and finds a new place remains to be seen. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.